basics. So how to record first. So it's pretty easy. You would just select this record button here.
Okay.
And then it's going to show whatever screen that you have. So say I want to screen record in UltiPro. Oh, sorry, let me move screens here.
Okay.
So one of the things that we notice is that you can change what side of your screen you'd like to see. So obviously you don't want all of this information up here. It kind of just makes it look crowded and a little bit cluttered. So you can just adjust your screen by using these buttons here.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me pull this in. It's on my other laptop screen. So this will pop up once you hit that record button. So really all you would need to do, you don't really need to mess around with audio or camera since it's screen recording. So you'll just press record.
Okay.
And then it counts down, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to disappear, but it is recording. So let's just go here to home screen. And then you can have two options. You can click on the button down here to stop recording.
Okay.
But if you don't want that in your video, you can just press, it's F10, right, Abby?
F10, yeah.
F10.
And it'll stop the recording, yeah.
Okay, so F10 stops the recording, and then it's going to automatically populate onto your screen. So there's two different tracks. Track 2 is always going to be your narration, so everything that we've said, and you can hear probably the gunshots in the background from the training academy at my house. But then track 1 is the actual screen, so what we're doing on the screen.
And Prina, just so you know too, Emma is actually just talking to her computer. So just like how you're talking right now, there's no special like audio record button or microphone or phone, phone that she's talking into. Like she's literally just talking to her computer.
On here under media, it's just kind of the different things that you can add to the video. So we normally start with audio effects just to make sure it sounds okay. So I'm going to press play here, and then it will show everything that we just recorded.
Okay.
So it's going to disappear, but it is recording.
That's awesome.
I know.
So that's what it is. You can see through here, it's kind of uneven. There's some noise in the background. So under audio effects, you'll just hit noise removal, and you can just drop it right in.
This is so cool.
I always do volume leveling. Sometimes my voice is high pitched and not. So I drag that in too. And then you can see here just how much more level it is. Notice that you can change the sensitivity to the noise removal and the amount. So if my laptop's kind of making that humming noise, I bump the amount all the way up to somewhere in the 40s and make the sensitivity a little bit longer. So that'll kind of help with some background noise if you notice that it's kind of loud in the background.
Okay.
Hey, Emma.
So yes.
Sorry. So here's the thing. Basically, each time you add an effect to your recording, it's just going to be stuck there, but you can always edit and have it removed too if you want. So let's show them how to click. So you go down to the track and then right click and what does it say? Edit effects.
Yep.
And it'll show you there that you've added volume leveling and noise removal. So you can click on either one of those and delete it if you want to. But yeah, like Emma said, we almost always put both noise removal and volume leveling on every single screen.
Whether you're on track 1 or track 2.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So say so we'll go into annotations now. So this is one that we use a lot too. So on the screen, say you wanted them to focus on the add button. Up here, you can actually select highlight. There's all different options. So you can highlight, make it a spotlight where everything else around it's blurry.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
What we kind of been using is the sketch motion, which if you watch the employee review, you'll see that added on. So really, you just kind of make the box fit where add is.
Okay.
And this is where it's going to circle the box. So here you have the draw time in the properties where you can change it if you want it to draw slower or shorter, and then the thickness and the color. So I'll just show you what that kind of looks like now. So it's good to see how it kind of just circles around it, and it pops up as a new track.
So think of the tracks as like layers to this video. You've got like your original screen recording, then you've got your audio track, then you've got all your additional like animations. And the reason for that is so that you can, like, Emma, can you click on the box that we just dragged in? But actually on track 3, sorry. Yeah, you can click there and make that runtime for that image shorter or longer if you want. So if you wanted that to show up, you know, for a smaller window because you're talking faster, you know, you're talking fast, and you can adjust that the time, I guess, that it appears in the video. So we'll just hit play so you can tell, yeah, what I'm talking about.
So there's not like a track slide. There's basically just track numbers, right? And I hope doesn't sound confusing, but at the beginning we were talking about track 1 and track 2. Track 1 was the screenshot, track 2 was the voice recorder. So I guess in my mind I envisioned that on track 1 the shots were going to be lined up, but instead it's going to be a number for each track. So track 3, track 4, depending on how many you have on the video.
Or you can add, so say you wanted here to point to the process or new hire, you can add that on the same track.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so all of your editable stuff I think will go on track 3, like all of your images that you'll add in. So yeah, think of the tracks just as layers to editing and building this screen recording. Like that's basically the purpose of the track, is so that it's not all right on top of each other, so that you can kind of see, you know, how it's gonna fit together, I guess.
Right. I'm kind of noticing that you need to make the sketch a little bit shorter, but it's harder to. You can zoom in here and it kind of brings it even closer, so you can make it more exact with each like millisecond.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, makes sense.
Okay, great. And you can always delete these, super easy there.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of just like look around up here, there's all these different functions. We typically just use the sketch and then animations too. So you can pull it out onto the screen here and then change any properties. So if you want it solid fill or change the thickness of it, and then if you just double click, then that gives you the options to edit the text on here.
Love it.
So let me just, we'll do that. So then the next thing that we use is behaviors. Here you can change how you want it to appear and disappear. And it kind of gives you a little sample of what it looks like when you hover over it. So we'll see how it looks to home screen. And then you can have 2 options. So there's that, kind of that behavior, I guess. But if you click edit effects, it'll show you what's on here. So drop shadow and drifting.
So, and Prina, notice that Emma dragged that behavior right on top of the text box. So it's like adding an effect to the effect, basically. It's adding the behavior to that text box.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's how that works. Kind of, I'm trying to point out all the stuff that I didn't understand at first, and I had to like figure out by trial and error.
Okay.
And then I noticed one thing. So when you have a behavior added, and say, like I know with the pulsating one, sometimes it kind of gets too much pulsating. So what I did is hopefully I can click it here, or the join me is on there. Okay. So you'll just hit during, and then you can either delay that or you can put none. So it's going to pulsate when it jumps in, but then it'll stop during, and then customize it for out. So it's really customizable in the behavior for the beginning, the middle, and the end. So it doesn't have to just pulsate the whole time.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what other cursor effects. So if you drop this in, it it's going to change it throughout the whole video. So it'll have a cursor spotlight. Let's see here. Okay.
Megan just joined.
Oh, there's Megan. Hopefully she can hear us. Hi, Megan. Can you hear us?
Hey, Megan, if you can hear us, you just need to turn your red microphone to green at the very top of your screen.
I like that. I like the spotlight effect.
Mm-hmm. So that'll add it to the whole screen. So you can't really just make it for a certain spot. So sometimes we got that, but sometimes we don't, just because it can get a little confusing. But again, if you just wanted to delete that, you would just go to cursor spotlight and delete.
Hey, Emma, I noticed that you dragged that cursor effect onto the track, but could you have also just dragged it into the main box that we're looking at, and it would do the same thing? It would apply to the entire video?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking. Okay.
It's almost kind of distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else that we've used.
You know what? We have not used yet that interactivity where you can put a quiz in.
Oh, love that.
Is that it, or is it it's something?
I think here. So, okay, add quiz to timeline. Let's see.
We have not used this yet.
Look here at this point in the video to preview your quiz. Click the preview and quiz jobs.
I love the quiz.
Quiz 1. Oh, here it is. Multiple choice.
Love it.
Oh, that's super cool.
That's dope.
I wonder if, so when they're watching it though, can they answer, or?
That's what I'm.
Because it's
I don't know.
not.
Like, where does it pop up? Okay, let me try here. So it's not. It's going to disappear, but it is recording. Just go here to. Oh no, it didn't. I didn't see it pop up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to play around with that one
Okay.
a little bit more.
And you guys too, when you're going through this, you can YouTube video any question that you have. So you'd want to say like, how do I add an interactive quiz to Camtasia 9 or whatever? Whatever. Is it Camtasia 9 that we have here, Emma?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
like you'll find a video that tells you exactly how to do it. So that's pretty much how we've learned how to do all this stuff, and just by like playing around with it.
Okay.
It is user friendly, so, and there's a lot of information on it in YouTube. So.
I love it.
Emma, let's show them how to like zoom in on the audio and to edit out like the and the breaks and all that stuff, because that's probably a big part that you'll want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always good just to zoom in so you can see your audio here. So I'm going to play it just so we can see what we want to delete.
Okay.
So it's going to disappear, but it is recording. So I said right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I normally just kind of see where I should cut it off, where that makes sense. Okay. And it's kind of easy. Once you zoom in, you can really see where you say words that you want to cut out.
I love it.
So you'll click this little red button right here and just drag down all the way to the end. So you're holding your mouse just to drag.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can select cut.
Love it. Love it.
So it deletes and it puts a little stitch right here so you know where you edited.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go back and play it. Okay, so let's just go. So see now, no more
Love it.
Cool.
And you can, oops, sorry, I keep hitting the join me. So you can, this is edible. You can just click on it and move it around. Delete that way, delete this way, so, like that.
Gotcha.
And then if you notice that it sounds a little funky once you delete it, you can just hit undo.